Can we tell you a story?
It's a story about dreams and loss and healing and provision. So adoption is something that we've talked about on and off for a long time. I've always loved the picture of adoption in the Bible where God brings people of all tribes, tongues, and nations into his family.
But we've never really had peace that it was the right time for us to pursue adoption until recently.
So over the past 6 years, we've been praying for children.
And we've lost 4. I think it was the last one that was really hard. We had been trying for 2 years to get my body into a healthier place, and we're really hopeful that that last time would be different, but it wasn't.
It was December of 2016. A couple days before Christmas, we found out that Laura was pregnant for the 4th time. Like Laura said, this was something we had been looking forward to for about 2 years. There were just a lot of fear and emotions that went on those few days. And it was the day after Christmas that we found out that she was miscarrying.
And that was a tipping point for us. I have since I was a little girl, wanted kids and wanted to be a mom. And after losing our 4th baby, we were both just at a point of realizing we weren't ready to move forward like that again. And that meant a lot of my dreams needed to be surrendered to the Lord. There was a lot for me that was tied up in wanting to have a baby, and the Lord and I needed to work through a lot of those things together.
And I remember it was Christmas Day, the night before we found out, that I was just begging God, like, would you please spare this child? Would you let this child live? And he had different plans. But it was at that point that I realized I had a lot of grief and bitterness and anger towards the Lord for even the other 3 that I hadn't worked through yet. So I was very angry and bitter towards God, just asking, why would you do this? Why did you do this? God used a few friends to come alongside of us, to speak truth to us, to cry with us, to grieve with us. And it was through them that he showed me that he's gentle, that he knows the pain I'm going through, and he cares about it, but it's not pointless either.
All through that time, I felt like the Lord was pointing us toward adoption, but I knew that I didn't want us to just run into that to pursue getting our baby. I wanted it to be about following the Lord and letting him bring the healing that we needed, and then following him in the process.
So this was the first time that we were ever on the same page with should we adopt. So then the next question was, when?
So in the fall of 2017, I prayed and asked the Lord that he would just confirm that we were supposed to start by having someone give us money. And I didn't even have an amount in mind. It was just like anything would be confirmation.
And he answered that prayer pretty quickly. It was like a month or so after that over the course of 2 days, we received 2 checks that gave us all the money we needed to get the process started. And this was like several thousands of dollars worth of money.
So God had given us a green light.
I remember we were driving home just talking about how crazy this was, and we both were like, I'm pretty sure we would be disobedient if we didn't start.
Like, as soon as possible.
So that weekend, we turned in our adoption paperwork. And it's just been crazy to see God providing and guiding and leading us over and over again since then. So we want to invite you guys to follow along. We're going to be posting to our adoption page as well as Facebook and Instagram.
We'd love you to pray for us. Everybody says that adoption is an emotional roller coaster, and we would love your prayer for protection, for continued provision.
Wisdom.
Yes.
And adoption's just really expensive. So if you're able to, we've set up a giving page where you can give a tax-deductible donation. Thanks for letting us tell this story, and we are so excited to see what God's gonna do.